No applause.
That was good.
No applause. This is going to be Boomer Stream. God, I hope you guys can hear me. I will see your comments shortly. I'm on a laptop with shitty internet in a hotel in Las Vegas. We're going back to 2016 with these streams for sure. This reminds me of my castle stream I did back in 2000. God, when was that? I can't even remember. I was in a castle in Sicily. You like my pillows? I slept on those. And because I'm on Central Time, I woke up at, 10 to 5? Because my phone started, people started chirping in my Discord. It's just like, fucking A. I never get tired of hearing that song too. But I fucking hate flying. I fucking hate it. I've been through a lot of shit in my life, some hair-raising situations. I fucking hate flying. I was gripping, and it's like the flight was fine. If you ever landed in Vegas, it's never really fun, and I think I got away pretty clean on that one, especially in the summertime. Landing in Vegas sucks balls. We hit hard, but it wasn't that bumpy. I've been in far bumpier than that. And I got to jump on another plane tonight to go to Wisconsin. And I was flying wonderful Southwest. Yeah, that's great. And I watched Clarkson's Farm, which was fine. Which I owe you guys on the watch parties. Once I get settled this weekend, everything is happening today. Hail the chat, by the way. We'll say hello to you in just a second. I think our big last Doctor Who video is coming out today. We'll see how it goes. It's big. It's long, ladies. I don't have any sound effects. Crazy stuff going on right now. And we'll talk all about it in just a minute. But first, let's say hello to you. Please the Nut. Welcome. Is it just you? What? Joey Deluche. Ikolaza. Gus, Piddly Widdly, 52 movies a year. What's up, man? White Chocolate. Where you feel vindicated, White Chocolate. We got a White Black Panther. Bard, Larry. Thumbs up, 1981. Dak, Philip Poole, Todd Wright. Hail, everybody. And I truly apologize to everybody here, to all the people I'm going to be reading their super chats, that this audio is shit. I owe you one. But I got to find that. It's on this channel. I got to find my castle stream. I don't think I was on camera for most of it because of the internet was terrible. But I got to find it. That was an awesome castle, by the way. Awesome. So what's been the news lately? Fantastic Four apparently crashed movie sites, although I was able to get on them pretty easily. I checked them all out. So that might have been a little over-exaggerated by the marketing department from Disney, considering the year they've had. They've had 2 flops for Marvel. Do I think Fantastic Four is going to flop? I don't think so. I think it'll have a decent opening weekend. I don't think it's going to flop, but you know what? I've been wrong before. No sound effects. I'm sorry. It's unacceptable. We're done. Unsub. We're done. Female Silver Surfer is stupid. Not going to let that one go. Ever. It'll make 600 million. I think, 600, 650. Wouldn't be surprised if it crawls up to 700. It just depends on how truly girl bossy it is. Because I know the public now, the general public is just fucking done with that shit, and they recognize it. Eric quits. Oh, now I'm screwed. Now I'm screwed. Um, so I don't think that's going to be a. I think it all depends on the story, as with everything. It's I can't see how I'm going to like it as a comic book fan, staring at a female Silver Surfer who was in the few pages of a comic. And yes, there's been others that people keep tweeting the wrong picture of. There's the White Black Panther thing, which is hilarious. It is written by Christopher Priest. He's pretty based. So maybe it's a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek thing to kind of hit back at all the gender swaps and stuff. And Joe Quesada being involved with it is interesting. I'm going to be the reason I'm in Vegas is I'm going to be talking to the Hodge twins, and they sent me talking points. Let me see. The producer Joe is a really nice guy. Ooh. Yeah, and I think we're going to be talking about. Oh God. It looks like they might want to go like how comics became lame and gay, and that would take the whole show to describe when it started. Because I think in there they asked when it started, because it started really early on. Listen, the era we're in started 30 years ago. The PC bullshit really got bad 30 years ago. Hollywood has always been the way it's been, but they always understood, and they always had before like real artists who can even step away from their own personal politics, knowing that they are telling a story to everyone and trying to look at the other side. That's what a real writer will do. Like even Alan Moore was capable of that back in the day. So what we have now is a bunch of inexperienced writers, but with comics, I started recognizing it in the mid 2000s. It was just a little bit here, a little bit there. And I know we focus a lot on Marvel now and the all new, all different Marvel right after Joe Quesada left. But the real precursor to the all new, all different Marvel was DC's New 52. You comic fans will know that. I mean, Batwoman came from that. And the sole reason they wanted to have a gay Batwoman. That's if you go back and look at the articles, they thought it was really important to make her gay. So just like the comics sold well because they had these incredible covers, like some of the best covers you've ever seen, right? But I always thought the comics sucked, and eventually the sales. And I mean, selling good relatively for a Batwoman comic, a Bat Family comic. And you have to count completionists who probably never read it. So there's people who just came in. I had a bunch of subscribers who came in and just said, give me everything Batman, everything tangentially related to Batman. So everything that had a bat in it, man, it went in their box. That's a percentage of sales. People bought the covers. And yeah, some people read it in San Francisco. Some people actually liked it. I hated it. That's just one of many, many examples. And of course, there's, in Marvel, they turned Iceman gay. But that's batshit crazy. You're right. But it was happening for a long time, and then it exploded in 2016 because Donald Trump broke. I mean, we say Donald Trump broke Hollywood. He broke the entertainment industry. That's across the board to gaming, to over across the pond with the BBC, publishing, everything. Absolute music. Music, absolutely everything. Is this a hostage video? Yes. I'm blinking. Please help me. Please help me. But it's been going on for years. and now we're in this era where just people are fucking fed up with it, but Hollywood isn't, Disney Marvel isn't. I've talked to you guys about, like, I've heard this sea change was happening and they did fire a bunch of people, but not enough. And I don't see any change with Marvel. I don't see any change with Marvel at all. There was girl boss shit in Daredevil. There was girl boss shit in Thunderbolts. Captain African American. Yeah, there's girl boss shit in there. With Sabra. That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. They should have put her in her costume. I dare you to do that right now. Oh, Hollywood's having a good time with the Middle East conflict. I fucking love that line from Mobland when Richie Stevens is talking to Conrad Harrigan, and Richie's all, you hear about that conflict in the Middle East, and Conrad says, "Yeah, as an Irishman, I've had my fill, but I don't give a fuck about another man's war." The Fantastic Four decided to release their tickets 2 months early to get a jump on Superman so they can get some kind of good press and say this is the best-selling pre-sale of the year, which isn't really saying a whole lot until Superman goes on pre-sale. Until Superman, but we'll see. Oy vey is right. Hey, don't tell any jokes, guys. Dave Portnoy might get mad at you. Called that guy, "You're my little bitch." I don't know if probably nobody, well, some people probably pay attention to Barstool, but it's been going on Twitter today, and I saw that. I was watching PBD podcast talk about it. And holy shit. He called that guy his little bitch. Oof. So I hope everybody's doing good. We're going to get to the square up here in just a moment. I go on the Hodge twins later today. Are they feeding you? No, actually, I've gotten a lot of coffee. Yeah, I'm waiting. Ra, I said earlier in the year, I'm more than willing to never say MCU again. But they keep pulling us back in. Will I be covering Tron Ares? Yes. I'm curious. Good day, sir. Good day. That's a good question. Hang on. Let me go up there. I'm on a laptop, so I'm like, no. Oh, I lost it now. When do I sleep with all the channel? Fet, I sleep pretty good, actually. But I think one of the, I think if you ever want to be even as a hobbyist, if you want to be a content creator, the one thing you have to do is watch a lot of YouTube. I think you learn a lot. You learn a lot from, and I mostly watch, I don't watch like uber big channels. Like I've never watched Mr. Beast. I don't watch gaming streams as much, because I'm the best gamer anyway. So there's nothing they can teach me. But I watch a ton of streams. I watch everybody's videos and I watch them across the board. I really love lore videos. Those are some of my favorite. I watch the Y-Files. That's a big channel. But mostly I watch you guys. I'm lurking, and if there's a stream and there's 12 people, I'm number 12. I'm number 12. I think you learn a lot. It's good to be into the platform you're on, right? And I've never ever gone to the TikTok app and watched a second of TikTok. I've seen TikTok videos, of course, on Twitter and stuff, but I've never gone there. I just stay on YouTube. I'll watch streams on Rumble. They don't really have videos, but I watch streams on Rumble. But that's it. That's it. Yeah, F TikTok. A lot of people like it. A lot of girls like it. Hail Rumble. Hail Rumble. Oh, I wanted to talk to you about author John A. Douglas. John A. Douglas, you'll see him in the chat sometimes. He got his channel taken down. He will tell you why. It is fucking ridiculous why he got his channel taken down. So if y'all could support him, if you feel so kind to do so, and kind of ping Team YouTube. But I would ask you, and I can only ask, I'm not telling you what to do. Maybe not throw a bunch of F-bombs at them and stuff, because Team YouTube is kind of the only resource 99.9% of other content creators have. And they're not responsible for the bannings or anything. They actually get shit taken care of. Now, how ridiculous is it that you have to go to Twitter or X-Twitter to fix things on YouTube? That's fucking retarded. And it's always been retarded. And once your channel gets to a certain size, I think it's 100,000. I think there's people with less than that you get a partner manager, and it's great to have that, to have somebody to talk to, even though they try to upsell you on a bunch of shit. But yeah, he got his channel nuked, and he'll tell you why. He's going to put up a video. I don't want to say why. I'll let him be the person to tell you why. And it's fucking ridiculous. And if that's the reason they took his channel down, then everybody is vulnerable, like absolutely everybody. And that's the guidelines. I think in this case, it was AI, because YouTube is pretty much fully integrated AI now. And it's been a hot fucking mess for about a month and a week. I think it's kind of working itself out now. And that's usually what happens when they make a major change to the algorithm. It takes a month to work out. Of course, they're not going to tell you that, because they want you to continue to upload stuff. But if you can help John Douglas, fantasy writer, he's a good dude, and got his channel nuked for no reason. Just give him some attention. I think it's a mistake, and it'll be fixed probably in a couple days. But man, that can't feel good. Yeah, it's Ultron. It's Ultron. But here we go. We should all start our own YouTube with blackjack and hookers. Hey, it's the world's oldest profession. I walked by some blackjack tables. I did not get. It's so weird being in Vegas and not doing any Vegas shit. I just fucking hung out in my hotel room. The internet was shit last night, so I couldn't do it. But like, nobody's up right now, so it's weird. It's weird walking through Vegas at. I was going to get my coffee at 6 a.m. And you see all the people coming in from the night, and they just like, it looks like a zombie march. I'm like, I'm so glad I don't drink. I am so glad I don't drink. God, that is not fun. Hangovers suck. All right, let's see if I can, come on. There we go. There we go. Let's see if I can do this while I can still see the chat. I'm on one monitor, so I feel like I've got both hands tied behind my back. There we go. We can do it this way. I don't need to see me, but I do need to see you. What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to learn more. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, sorry, I'm talking to my computer. It's old. All right. This is from last Friday. Drinking is highly overrated. You're right. 6 years sober. Hail. Cuban. Hail. So this is from last Friday. Superman's James Gunn reshoots, Marvel Cope, lots of Marvel Cope, and Rest in Peace wins a winner. Yeah, that shit ain't never coming out. Willington, I think it's going to be recorded. I'm not sure, though. I think I'm going on at 2 p.m. Pacific. 2 p.m. Pacific. It's 9:26 a.m. Pacific time right now. Jay Larson, 1214 for $1 says, panel, how do you feel about Chris Hemsworth being done as Thor?
As someone who has read almost every issue of Thor, I don't think they did him justice. I don't get why they knew. I don't think they knew what to do with the character. Great casting, and he will be missed. Perfect casting. He is Thor. They're eventually going to have to recast him. And I think it'll be a huge mistake if Doomsday just goes through and kills a bunch of heroes, especially any of the core Marvel characters. I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but like nobody wants to see their heroes die. Like that's not going to be an uplifting thing. You know, one of the things that hurt Solo, you know what? One of the many things that hurt the movie Solo, which lost money, is you were watching a movie about a character who died badly. Now, it was a shitty movie, and it was a direct result of The Last Jedi, coming out after The Last Jedi, but your last memory of Han Solo was getting shanked by his stupid son. So you don't want to do that. But Thor has been great. Thor is one of the best, it's a popular comic, but it's underrated, if you know what I mean. It's not considered, Thor is a B character, but especially that early stuff with Kirby is fucking amazing. Some of the best. Anonymous for $10 says, longtime lurker, first super. I wish I had my sound effects. Sorry. Gary, as a metal nerd and a comics nerd, have you heard Bruce Dickinson's of Iron Maiden has a comic? It's called The Mandrake Project. Looks cool. I have not heard that. I'll check it out. Good old Bruce Dickinson. No. Oh my God, I hate using this little pad. Worst Nightmare. Thank you for the $5 donation. I appreciate it. Now we have 21 Palika, Jesus Davila, WG Corn Pop, who's no, not Corn Pop. 21 Palika, Jesus Davila, and WG have all donated Nerdrotic memberships. Thank you very much. Corn Pop has donated $1.99. Doesn't say anything. He's a bad dude though. Oh my God, Puppies for $10 says opening scene of The Hunger was great. Bowie and Catherine Deneuve, Bauhaus playing Bela Lugosi's dead. It's a fucking awesome movie. And Susan Sarandon has sex with Catherine Deneuve. Little lesbo action in it. Back in the 80s. Yeah, that was a heavily rented movie, The Hunger. It's also a great movie. Bowie's great in it. Thinking Heretic for $5. Questions: are Vulcans elves? Are Klingons Urukai? Would Kirk make out with Gamora? After all, didn't Kermit sing "You're easy if you're green"? Kirk would make out with Gamora. And yes, I've always kind of thought that Klingons were, I'd just say orcs, and Vulcans were elves. I don't know if that's what's behind it, but that'd be a question for Robert Meyer Burnett. But I've always kind of thought that. Coffee Brown Coffee, genius, right? Says Corn Pop for $1.99. Well, you know, it is tough to think of a good catchy brand. The Cold Rings Coffee Brand Coffee. You'll see a couple ads today for it. Avada. Avada Fatherhood. Says Lammy Chop for $2. Avada Fatherhood. Oh, shit. That unfinished book from George R. R. Martin will be worth more unfinished because of the controversy surrounding his lazy rich butt, or bitch butt. Says Victor Von Doom for $4.99. Yeah. Oh, God. That was funny. Thank you for being a member, David Smart. What's up, brother? Yeah, George isn't going to finish. He doesn't know how to finish. And even if he has his ending, it's too complicated. There is something to the approach of keep it simple. I'm not going to say George is a great writer and a great world builder. But
I don't think he's super motivated anymore. For people who say I think you could still care, but he doesn't feel motivated, which is not caring. So, I mean, dancing around it. The only thing I've ever said, I'm going to get some water. Hang on. Mini fridge. There we go. Sorry about that. Waiting for the door to close. It's not closing. There you go. Fringy or goblins? Yeah. You could look at it like that. Where was I? George. Yes, it's water. It's bubbly water. It's grapefruit. The only thing I've ever asked George to do, which I think he does owe the fans, is the truth. Because they, all that money you got, George, you know where that came from? He'll say the publisher. No. And who pays the publisher? Well, it's the people who buy the books. The money comes from rank and file, human beings who spent their hard-earned wages on your book, have shown passion for your book, for which you should be eternally grateful and show gratitude. The frustration George feels towards the fans is projection, because it's truly what he shows towards himself for not feeling. He does feel bad. That's why he's lashing out at the fans. Because the only person in control of him finishing the book is him. And every decision will be scrutinized, and he might be butthurt that he likes other things from this one story. But I would remind him that authors would fucking kill to have one story that people love so much that they're bugging you all the time for. So somebody needs to get in his fucking ear, one of his many minions, which he won't listen to because they're all a bunch of yes men and women, and say, dude, write a gratitude list every day. Write a gratitude list every day. And if you can't finish, just be honest. That's it. And people are going to be upset, but at least you were honest. They could get mad that you're not finished, but they can't get mad at you for telling the truth. And I wouldn't be mad at them at all. I'm like, thank you for being honest. Okay. And then either get somebody else to finish it, which, like, that would be the decision I made. That would be the obligation I felt to the fans. Like, hey, I'll be there overseeing it. But he's not going to do that. Which is incredibly selfish. But the least you could do is just come out and go. And then that way you're free, George. You're free. You tell the truth, not going to finish, sorry, and then you can ride your choo-choo trains. But one of the reasons he's not going to tell you that is because probably his obligations to the publisher. It would definitely affect the TV shows because you're watching an unfinished story now. Well, I mean, you got it finished in the show, but nobody recognized that as real or good or anything. It would affect a lot of things, and it would affect his cash flow, but I'm thinking he's got enough money at this point. And I think George likes being a star. I think he likes hanging out with stars. And the one thing I don't deny about George is a massive nerd. Like, he's a real fucking nerd. But, like, dude, just enjoy the last years of your life. Be like, the book's not getting done. Just come out and say it's not getting done and enjoy the last years of your life. Okay? Free of people bugging you, and they'll stop bugging you when you say it ain't getting finished. I mean, if you're so worried about your legacy, find a way to finish it. Or don't. Just be honest. Looking forward to the next Halloween when Gary comes as Professor African Snape. That's a great idea for a costume. Thank you, man. I cannot pronounce that. Broken
Ovaltine window for $5. I don't want to sound like a queer or nothing, but I think you guys did a really good job tonight. Queer. Thanks. I would like to watch on Rumble, but if I start late, the mobile app cuts off when the stream is ended. So if I'm 30 minutes behind, I miss the last 30. Why? Really? Does it? I mean, obviously, it must get fixed on the VOD, but that's crazy. Yeah, they got some work to do. Trucker Mark for $5. Christopher Reeve is still the only Superman for me in the movies. George Reeves on TV, better scripts too. I grew up on, I just put up a picture a couple days ago of Noelle Neal, who came to my store for an appearance. Got to hang out with her for a day. That was fucking huge. And I've had like some pretty cool people in the past. Fucking MC Hammer came by my store. Robin Williams came in my store. Peter Jackson came in my store. But Noelle Neal was a big deal. Peter Mayhew came to my store. Ray Stevenson. Tyrese Gibson. Yeah, it was great. But, oh, shit. Don't jump that far. Don't jump that far. Here we go. I got it figured out now. There we go. But yeah, Noelle Neal, my Lois Lane. She was very sweet. Passed away in 2016. All right. Speaking of Darren Murphy for $10. Speaking of kaiju, have you all seen or spoken about the 56-second clip, 70 Years of Godzilla, A New Roar in Southeast Asia that came out a few weeks ago? I haven't seen it. I'll have to watch it after this. I have no capability of sharing video today, unfortunately. None. But I will check it out. I can't wait for the sequel to Godzilla -1. Corn Pop for $1.99. Hey, Gary, tell Joe Rogan I exist. I will. And that you're a bad dude. If I ever talk to Joe Rogan, which I probably won't, but you never know. It's great seeing all my buds on there, though. Luke Caverns, AJ, Mike Collins, Dan. I enjoyed the new Mission Impossible despite all the bullshit. The only thing that took me out was Russia having an aircraft carrier not in dry dock, falling apart, and panel, what's everyone's favorite comic hero? Mine is Red Sonja. Red Sonja is rad, TFW. Thank you for the 40 Australian dollars. My favorite comic book hero right now is probably still Daredevil. Jimmy Corsetti. Yes, good old Jimmy. He's been on multiple times. June is Dinosaur Month, says Judah for $2. It probably will. It's probably going to beat both Fantastic Four and Superman. New Harry Potter character, Seriously Black. That's good. Jackson Cagle for $5. Hail. Clam Hammer donates twice for $9.99. Doesn't say anything. Thank you, Clam Hammer. Hope you meant to do that. Judah for $5. Politicians should get 1.5 minute of minimum wage of the state they represent at most. I agree with that. You know, everything that's going down right now, and I think Elon went into government, did what proposed what minimal Doge cuts he could in such a short amount of time, and saw the rot. And maybe he blackpilled. I hope he didn't. But it's so fucking bad. And the fact that none of his cuts were brought to the floor, that's bad. That's fucking bad. I am not a fan. As far as the big, beautiful bill is concerned, I'd have to read it to have any kind of opinion on it, which it's really big. I don't like raising the debt ceiling at all because that means it'll be used.
but it's getting rid of some other stuff too. But I don't know enough about it to have an informed opinion on it. I'm just, it's what I said yesterday is to change the rot in government. There's a saying that, my pappy used to tell me that I'm sure he paraphrased from somebody else. But if you want to change the rules, you have to play the game. If you want to change the rules, you have to play the game. And this is going to be a generational project. I said yesterday, the culture war is never over. I know a lot of people, I don't want to hear that. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it runs hot. It runs cold. Sometimes there's some peace. Sometimes there's balance. We just went through a flaming culture war. And now people are picking up the pieces. It's going to continue. And like I said, when Donald Trump was elected, this is just the beginning. And it's going to go way past his term. He can't fix everything in 4 years. And it can't be put on one man. That's not even fair. That's not even realistic in any way, shape, or form. It needs to be put on. People need to show up to midterms. People need to show up to local elections, and they need to root out the cancer, the Marxists at the ground level. And that's on us. That's on us. We can't go, I just want to live my life and vote this person in to fix stuff. That's just, it's not realistic. And I didn't care about elections, mostly because I couldn't vote. But that was still dumb of me. And before you know it, when I was living in San Francisco, the Democratic city council started turning into a fucking socialist city council. And you see this happening, like, what's going on? Well, it's people voting for it. That's what it is. And it's not enough, man. Dude. Daly, I can't remember he's a descendant of John Daly, rode his fucking bike, fucking hate this guy. In San Francisco, he's a city councilman. His district, he was one of the most powerful city council people in San Francisco. Do you want to know how many people he was voted in by in a city of almost 1 million people? 5,000. 5,000 people voted for him in a city of 1 million people, and he had massive power. That's the problems we need to fix. All of us. So I want to see determination from people. Don't expect it from our politicians, but if we start voting in better politicians with a spine who maybe don't want to be there, but even the ones we think are base as fuck, they get there, they start playing the game, and man, tons of money starts getting, fucking women, and a lot of people in Congress's case, dudes, a lot of gay dudes in Congress, a lot of gay Republicans. They get into the club and they just start being a club member. And the only way we can fix that, and we're running out of time, is root and stem, get them out from the ground up. Do exactly what the activists did for years. But it's been going on for a long time. And I think it's healthy to have a fight over this big bill. I think it's really healthy. Discuss it. Just don't let it pass. I passed it, and then I read it. That's Democrat shit. And who's the Speaker of the House? It's like, I knew his name yesterday, but I've traveled since then. Term limits, too. You're right. Speaker of the House, generic politician. You went to the dollar store and you bought a fucking generic politician off the shelf. That's him, Johnson. Yeah, Mike Johnson. Piece of shit. Patrick Rothfuss has gotten progressively more negative about the series when people press him. I just want the damn book.
I did see the Brian McKellen turned in the draft for editing for the second book of the new series. That was from a conversation on Friday. Thank you, William Jones, for 20. Troy Kakulka for $20 says, if you guys really want to rag on George, invite Larry Carrera on. I should. He just finished a 5-book epic fantasy series and dedicated it to George, so you see it's not that hard. Yes, we should. We absolutely should. Statistically, your chances of finishing a project go way down once you tell people the full story, even just in convention due to this is true, due to the sense of release you feel after getting the full story out there. That's a good point. That's part of it. There's a lot of little things, but the big thing is he's just not motivated anymore. John McGanus for $10 says, George Publisher is probably waiting to sue his estate when he dies for rights and ownership to the series. His legacy is going to be trashed one way or another. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't already at this point. Stephen Donaldson took a long-ass time to complete his Thomas Covenant series too, but the difference is he was good. Michael, Thomas Covenant rules. Michael Duncan for $30.99 Australian. You want to get away with not finishing a job that had made you a millionaire in any other employment. The fans should group together and sue them. Well, it's going to cost them because, book sales will be down already if House of the Dragon hadn't come out and done so well in the first season. But I think those shows, I think all of them are doomed. I think once House of the Dragon is done, it's done. Warner Brothers is in trouble anyway. Test screens say Galactus is fantastic and the best part of the film. That's what I've heard too. Seeing it open night for him, I'm 65, waited 5 decades to see him on screen. I've waited a long time to see him on screen too, and I've heard everything about Galactus is good. Problem is the Fantastic Four. It is not. Hail FNT crew and chat. JDA had an insider break down what happened to World of Warcraft on the stream last. I'm thinking Wins a Winner. Sorry, I said World of Warcraft on stream last night. It's worth a view. It's around the halfway mark. Okay, I'll check it out. Wins a Winner. There's 2 wows. Sorry, I have to get back over here. It will be interesting to see how Amazon will make Warhammer IP for 2 seasons. 1, just prologue is 60 books long, and 2nd, setting is way too fascist, racist, and horrible for today's Hollywood. God, I really got to get into Warhammer. Fandom Pulse Substack, rumor Wins was finished in 2016, but the showrunners hated it, so George canned it. There have been multiple sources. I don't know about that. I don't think the showrunners had any impact on his writing. I could be wrong. I definitely think if you paid attention to his blog as much as I did, about 2015, he said he thought of a huge twist that he wanted to do, but it would fundamentally change the story. So I think he's gone back and rewritten it multiple times. Since then, especially in the last 2 years, a lot of his friends have died. So I think that has just killed. I think he's just been sad because his friends have died. Steve Erickson wrote his 10-book series in 12 years, 3.3 million words. Some people are just faster, Kenneth. George is not. But this is ridiculous. Like 14 years is ridiculous. Archer Merchant for $5. Or secondly, do you think if he just copy-pasted the final seasons and said, F it, people would just accept it and shrug? I think some would, yes. A lot of Game of Thrones channels. I've been watching their lore channels, and those bless them, they're holding out hope. Not all of them. Even Preston Jacobs has given up. I think he gave up a long time ago, to be fair to him. Archer Merchant for $5. Do you think partly the F up with the streaming of HBO's final season and its mishandling was his final straw. That he underestimated how it'd go over. I'm of the opinion that George fucking hated the ending of of Game of Thrones and knew it was coming. And did it affect his writing of the end? Probably it did. I mean, it'd be impossible to say it didn't in some way. But I promise you, his will be better. The one we'll never see. Talking Thrones is still keeping update. Yeah, Talking Thrones is going to be there till the end. So is, well, no, that's not fair. He questions it. Dragon Demands is going to be there till the end, man. That guy's ride or die with George. Ride or die. Vaborn for 1999. I feel like Pedro Pascal will come out as gay after he peaks after the FF. If he comes out as gay, people are going to go, yeah. It'd be way more shocking if he came out straight. So he can make some point about how it didn't make a difference while also condemning anyone who takes issue with it. Well, he's that manipulative. One of my favorite Bruce Campbell film moments has got to be the Bubba Hotep slow speed chase with the mummy in the old folks home. Classic. It's such a good movie, dude. God damn, that's such a good movie. Gawker's Death Rattle. Bubba Hotep. Love it. Hey, Gary, any gut-busting, knee-slapping, funny comics you could recommend? Or does comedy work weird with comics? And no, not comic strips. No, comedy works in comics. Just read Flaming Carrot, the OG. Flaming Carrot, The Tick. There's another one, too. Hang on. I got to look it up because my brain is not working this morning. I was reading it on a plane. And my God, Rawhide Kid. So Rawhide Kid. It came out in the early 2000s. There it is. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Slap Leather. So it's a Marvel Max. Rawhide Kid. Slap Leather is fucking hilarious. And my God, it was a better time back then. So it's a fucking giant gay joke. So the Rawhide Kid is gay. And nobody gets it. And there is the funniest scene where they're like breaking down like how you draw a dirt map. And I'm like reading it in a plane, just fucking dying laughing. So I cannot recommend it enough. I can't see. It was by, I can't see that. It's Zimmerman. Zimmerman's the writer. Yeah, it's so fucking funny. It's so fucking funny. But it is like a 3 or 4 issue gay joke. So good. God damn it. What are we talking about? A Western. Somebody asked me about Western comics. And somebody asked me about funny comics. And does comedy work in comics? And it absolutely does. Like, absolutely. There's Battle Pope. I don't know if the Christians will like that, though. That was pretty fucking funny, too. But, yeah, the one I remember laughing the most at is Rawhide Kid from the early 2000s by Zimmerman. Just wait for them to ruin Mistborn. Doesn't Brandon Sanderson have, like, complete and total... If they ruin it, it's his fault. Because I think he has complete and utter control over that. TJ Jordan for $5. The fall of Hollywood reminds me of the fall of WCW. relying too much on the old politics, stupid management, and anything good ruins by egos. Yeah, that's like yeah, the fall of Hollywood was never going to last forever. It just wasn't. And it was going to turn into something else. And as technology makes creating stuff easier, they now don't have a chance. And instead of approaching things responsibly and embracing how many times have we seen this? How many fucking times have we seen this? The music industry fought downloads. I got a fucking vacuum outside my door. Sorry. Blockbuster had a chance to get Netflix. It didn't do it. I mean, there's example after example of just you need to embrace shit. You know, an example of them embracing stuff, good or bad, is Photoshop. The comic industry embraced Photoshop. A lot of people fucking hated it when it came out. No, it's not like AI. The only choice you have is to embrace the AI. And I think what the Writers Guild and the Film Actors Guild were trying to do, I told you, was gain control of it. Is that a way of embracing it? Not really sure, but they failed. And they guaranteed their own demise. They ended up paving, the unions paved the path for AI. They made it easier. Because what's the best way to deal with a union, an American union or a Californian union? You go somewhere else. It's the easiest way to deal with it. There's a great interview with Jim Agnew. It's part of my last video, but like the full thing is on Film Thread. I highly recommend you go watch it if you want to know how unions are just, it's another agency that puts a bunch of rules. Maybe they had a reason to exist, but I pointed out in my video, the one time you had a reason to exist was during the jab, and they did nothing. So they're fucking useless, and you're just paying another boss to tell you where you can and can't work, and it costs you work now. How many union members are out of work? Oh, it's like 40% of WGA writers gone. Gone. Either left, forced out. Way to go, union. Good job. Wait for race swap Dumbledore. I can't say that last one, Dan, but thank you. No, the Dumbledore casting is good, but he's too old. Yeah, I don't think he makes the whole series. Harry Potter's gay regardless. Yeah, maybe they'll just have him ship with Ron. I mean, that already exists in fanfic. Goddamn, shipping, worst thing to ever happen to fandom. Shipping is one of the worst things to happen to fandom and woke white women. The bane of our existence, right? Yellow Flash, if you're out there. TJ Jordan for $5. I've been watching Mobland, and I love it. And it dawned on me that this year has given us 2 Bond stars playing Bond-like villains in separate shows. What's the other one? It's probably right there in front of me. But what's the other one? Oh, Timothy Dalton. In 1923, you're right. They both play fucking great villains. 1923. It took me a second there. I got there. Dalton was fucking, he was a bastard. Like both him and, yeah. I want you all to pay attention to Mark Millar's next announcement in June. I think it's this month. I just want you to pay attention to that when it comes out. Mobland was great. Fucking great. How to fix the MCU. Stop pushing politics. Yep. And when we mean politics, we mean intersectional feminism, critical race theory. Remember that? It's kind of died down, but they're still pushing it. And listen, you guys were saying this. I was saying this. Everybody in the sphere was saying like, all this shit you're making from 2 years ago is going to feel horribly outdated when it eventually comes out. And look what happened. Look what happened. Now, some of you liked Thunderbolts, and that's fine. You like what the fuck you like. Don't let me ruin your good time. But I did not think it was a good movie. But I can promise you it was better than Captain African American. It was the best of the shit. And it definitely got affected by Captain African American. That hurt its box office. And now it's not going to make as much as Captain African American. Now, that's because it's not that great of a movie, but it did get affected by the previous film. So now you have two bombs leading into Fantastic Four. So you would have been better off not releasing the movies at all. And I think Fantastic Four would have a better opening weekend. You cannot tell me that these two previous bombs are not going to affect this. So whatever they make, they could have made more. They could have made more. I thought Sentry had great potential. I thought the actor Pullman was really good. I think, and John Walker, Wyatt Russell's John Walker is that has potential to be great in the right hands. And Razor, suggested having a Bucky series where he just rides around America on a motorcycle, getting into adventures. And then somebody else said, yeah, put him with John Walker. It's like, I'd watch the shit out of that. Not written by anybody from Disney, but in another time. That's a great idea for like just a structured series. And not even like an 8-episode series. You could just do a procedural with that all day long, and I'd watch it. Or a Buc-ee's series. See, no, Bucky works at Buc-ee's, and then he goes on adventures, traveling in between Buc-ee's in Texas. And you could call it Captain America and Buc-ee's. I've been watching. I read that one. San Diego Comic-Con will go the way of E3, no question. It will, Raylo Normie, and it's sooner than you think. Thank you for the $199. The contract in San Diego runs out in 2027, and I'm going to side with Comic-Con on this one. San Diego, which is now LA South, and now run. Listen, when the Republicans were there, they were fucking morons too, but they're bigger morons now as Democrats. And San Diego has never been able to deal with infrastructure, like at all. They're shitty at building roads, and it's inexplainable because you're in California, you're being taxed the most. Their airport is 40 years out of date. And I just talked about landing in Las Vegas. Has anybody landed in San Diego? How did you feel about that San Diego landing where it looks like you're going to clip a fucking building? It's actually a parking structure. When you're coming in, you come in steep on this landing, and what you're doing is you're going west, right? So you fly over like Claremont and stuff. And yeah. And then you have to, and it's all like suburbia. And then there's a mountain. And then there's a gas station right here in a parking structure. And the plane just comes and goes, phew, like that. And that's how you have to come down. The fucking San Diego landing is crazy. The Denver airport is creepy. I got like the worst altitude sickness there, like worse than my altitude sickness in Peru. Oh, San Francisco actually has a great airport. Despite holy fucking we too low. But I digress. San Diego Comic-Con, I side with them. It's probably it is the most well-known event that happens in San Diego. It's part of San Diego's identity now. And it's probably going to move to fucking Vegas where it will just turn into E3 and then evaporate. Because the problem with moving it to Vegas, I know our boy Campy is all for it, is it will get lost in Las Vegas. There's so much when San Diego's a tourist town, there's the beach, but when there's Comic-Con, that is the sole focus. Comic-Con in Vegas will be just another thing. Just another thing. We get so many things here. It's just San Diego Comic-Con is special to San Diego. It's unique to San Diego. And if it comes to Vegas, it'll just be lost in the shuffle. Lost in the shuffle. So it will go the way of E3. And quite frankly, I went to MegaCon. MegaCon's a bigger con now. It is. Now it's because they don't have a fire marshal capping people in there, which they're going to need at some point, because I didn't go last year for obvious reasons. But the time I went, yeah, you can't walk in that place. That's no fun. And San Diego got like that too. And it was like that again when Hollywood wasn't there. People like masculinity. Just ask Miki, says VJ the Vigilant Guitarist. That's not a silver ass. That's a misplaced silver elbow. Oh, we were looking at the horrible art from Empire Magazine of a female Silver Surfer. The Thing's voice needs to sound more gravelly. I agree. In the last trailer, it kind of did when Johnny asked him, is it clobbering time? And he goes, oh, yeah. That kind of sounded like the Thing. Fantastic flop. We'll see. Ray Charlton. I honestly have no idea. I don't think it's $1 billion movie. Should have had Milo Manara draw Silver Surf Girl. Johnny Skinwalker for $5 Canadian peso says Gunn should hire Henry Cavill as Batman. Use the Batman versus Deathstroke Affleck script and have Zack Snyder direct it. Maybe everybody's happy. Don't think that would happen. I think have Ben Affleck direct it. Eric K for $2. Silver Surfer is Nornrad. End of story. Eric, you're right. I know you're here. What are y'all's box office projections for Fantastic Four? We did talk about this on the show, Joseph Salazar. I believe everybody was pretty much settling in between 600 and 700 million, give or take. But I think that was the consensus of everybody, is between 600 and 700 million. 700,000 says the chat here. And I think we're being generous. Caloth for $5 says, oh yeah, rest in peace, Loretta Swit. Hot Lips Houlihan from MASH. Cast is down to 4 to 5 left. Check it out if you have yet to see it. I have seen the series. I was watching live the most watched television show in the history of television shows, the end of MASH. I don't think that's ever been beat. Let me fact check myself on this one. I said episode, not okay. There it is. The most watched television broadcast of all time is the Apollo 11 moon landing, with an estimated 125 to 150 million viewers. Following this, the series finale of MASH, titled Goodbye, Farewell, and Amen, is the most watched single episode of scripted television, reaching 105 million viewers. That will never be beat. 105 million viewers. And I'm pretty sure that was just the States. 105 million. That is fucking insane. That's half the country back then. Half the fucking country. Hey, there was a time where Doctor Who, 13.3 million people watched the show in the UK. To give you, is that 70% back then? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm guessing what the population was. I could be wrong.
But the population of the UK in, was it 2000, when Voyage of the Dam came out, it was what, 55 million? Right? In the UK, 55 million documented, but 55 million, maybe 60. So let's say 60. 13.3 million people watched in the UK of Doctor Who. So that's 1/6 of the country's population. That's insane. MASH, more insane. But everybody watched MASH. Absolutely. Like, nobody missed MASH. Nobody did. Well, I mean, okay. Also, they had a captured audience. There was, when MASH finished, it was very early 80s. So cable was in its infancy, and there was like 3 or 4 channels. So like at the most, if you lived in New York or Southern California, so you had, see, in San Diego, we had access to LA stations and San Diego stations. So we were spoiled. And we had like 5 or 6 we could choose from regularly that we could get in. And if you speak Spanish, you got a couple of Tijuana stations. But for the most part, I mean, and if you're on the East Coast, you probably got like Philadelphia and all that shit. So you had multiple channels too. But most of them were playing the same shit. It's like, I would finish watching Star Trek on KCOP or Channel 13 or KCOP Channel 5 in LA. And then I'd watch it on Channel 6 in San Diego. And I'd watch Doctor Who on PBS. More excited for Jurassic Widow than FF4 and Supergun, says Alex for $1.99. A lot of people are. I've been saying it since 2023. Gunn isn't a good choice for Superman. 2 years later, my mind hasn't been changed. And with the budget of this film, there's no way the film is going to make $1 billion. Man of Steel's box office wouldn't cover it, says TJ Jordan for $10. Yep. They came out with a budget, TJ, and they said it was 200. Even though some government paperwork came out saying 340, I'm guessing it's probably. So if you take 220, I think they said, and you add that marketing, okay, 340. I don't know if that's added in or not. We'll see. I want it to be good. I want to walk out liking it, like a lot. That's what I want. Speaking of dogs, anyone remember I Am Legend? I remember the book, TJ Jordan. Superman movie being a comedy. Is Richard Pryor going to be in it? Said Thinking Heretic. I hope it's not a comedy. It can have levity in it. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be lighter. I'm fine with it being lighter. I'm fine with them leading into the comic book aspect of it. I did hear, well, we told you that they aren't going to say truth, justice, and the American way, but apparently they're going to say, I don't know if this is true. I saw it on Twitter. Truth, justice, and the human way. Truth, justice, and the human way. Hang on just a second. I have to check in on my Discord, see how things are going. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen Disbrew's Doctor Who video yet. I got to wait till after mine's done before I watch anybody else's reviews, which should be out today. We'll see. Hail to the panel. Lock it in. Yay. Hail to the fellowship of the 199, says Smooth the DJ. What's up, Smooth? Hail, brother. JRJR for $5 says, back in the good old days working in Blockbuster, it would be late night. No one was in their phones, even the customers, talking about movies. Loved it. Yep. Varn for €5 also have decided to torture Gary with terms from Might and Magic. So let's begin. Let's start easy. Cron, Central Research, Observational, Nacelle. Nice try. Nails for $2. Says Superman 3, a comedic flop. Yep. I did not like it. Alucard for $2 says they got rid of the mutant black people.
Harukami for 5 British pounds, proper money. They have a problem with truth, justice, and the American way. It isn't woke. Superman movie is still born, otherwise known as Dead on Arrival. DOA. We'll see. Jacob Book for $5. Hi, Gary. Long time, first time. Hey, thanks. If they make Tropic Thunder 2, what would be the edgiest joke? Kirk Lazarus, this Black Panther, said he sold out to Marvel. That would be funny. That would be funny. That would be funny. How's the Sugarfoot as? I don't know what that is. Is that Aslor? Is Sugarfoot like a venereal disease? Thoughts on Superman Returns and Kevin Spacey Lex? I thought he was a good Lex. Ridiculous story, and not a good movie with Stalker Superman with no lines. Varn for €5 says, for sword and sorcery fans, I really recommend reading Legend by David Gemmell. Great book and audiobook by Sean Barrett. Recommend his Draenei saga as well. Will Yum for $2. Never seen so many men thirsty for pancakes. I like pancakes. Thinking Heretic for $2. Look, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's James Gunn. Riley Hill for $9.99. Pedro being sus with an object of a certain shape at his rap party and getting his head caved in by a 90-pound girl will never be as embarrassing as him being in the Gal Gadot Imagine. Oh, we read this one already, X-Ray Girl. I don't think he was in it. Over under on Odin speaking. I don't know what that was. I'll take the under. Hertz Donuts for $1.99 for reasons. Thank you. Ariel Iceland. Why so late and gay? Because we're us. Waiting on Nerdrotic. Waiting for Nerdrotic. Waiting for Nerdrotic. That's true. Actually, Eric July is waiting for me. I have to send him some pictures for something. I got a lot going on right now. It all has to come to this day, too. Like I was trying hard to get stuff, best laid plans. But now everything lands on this day. The new King of the Hill opening dropped. Rewatching the original as the adult made me appreciate the humor. Not sure if it can be recreated in present day. I don't know. I like Mike Judge, but the Indian guy from San Antonio got shot and killed. Joss, who was in Tulsa King 2, season 1, and disappeared because of erratic Jonathan Joss. Yeah, erratic behavior. And there's videos going around, but he got shot by his neighbor. Apparently, the girlfriend who's a boyfriend is a girl, I don't know, is out there saying it was because of homophobia. And I think it was a little more than that, but he's dead. Don't fuck around in Texas, man. You know what? His husband is trans. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. That clears things up. Rest in peace, though. And I'll tell you, one of my observations from California to Texas is you don't see a lot of road rage in Texas. You see crazy drivers, but I have not observed. Now, I'm not driving I go on big long drives, but I'm not out in the commute every day. But I found that there's not as much road rage in Texas. What could be the difference than in California? What could be the difference? I can't quite put my finger on the trigger. I can't quite. That's it. Everybody's packing. Yeah, I call bullshit on the homophobia thing too. I think it was just like a couple of crazy guys having an argument. Now, were some slurs thrown? Probably. Yep. Like road rage is, you see it all the time in California. All the time.
The thing about Texas is the freeways are tiny. You got to get used to that. And the speed limits are high, which I love. Dude, you get out to West Texas, you get out there above Fredericksburg and all that, and you're hitting like that 80-mile-an-hour speed limit, which gives you a cushion of another, okay, let's say 7. You're safe. You're not going to get pulled over going 87. Just flying. It's great. It's fucking fantastic. Yeah, stay the fuck out of the left lane. I don't know if they're better. I don't know how bad Utah drivers are. I honestly don't see it. Like, as far as driving is concerned, it's no different than California. California, you know where the driving's horrible? Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia is fucking stupid. Don't fuck around in Arizona. You will get a ticket in Arizona. You go fucking 1 mile an hour over the speed limit in Arizona, they will give you a ticket. They're a bunch of fuckers. Hail Chat and Panel says Det Masterson for $5. Thank you. Appreciate it. Kilgannon84 for $5. Dr. Squatch is selling soap infused with Sydney Sweeney's used bathwater. Shut up and take my money. No, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, New Mexico too. Melissa, you're right. They're fuckers too. Last ticket I got, Arizona. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, Sydney Sweeney might be hot, but like humans are dirty, and bathwater is gross. Ew. The Dead Man for $4.99. Gary, when you are halfway through Super Chats, you should say, we're halfway through living on a prayer. Shut the... Thank you for the $4.99, Dead Man. You son of a bitch. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Okay. We're into the rants now. Simps are suckers for what? Yes, they are. Hey, you buy whatever the fuck you want. I'm not even going to judge you. I mean, like, it is Sydney Sweeney. You do you. I don't sound that bad. That's a ringing endorsement, Melissa. Wasn't Amaranth selling her farts? Was that like just a joke, or? I mean, I don't fucking know, because we live in parody world now. I'd have a bath with Sydney Sweeney. Well, now, yeah. You would. I just want to tell everybody I did not get a Switch 2. Who would buy your farts, Dan Vask? You'd buy your own farts. And then say people were buying them in droves. You know what? Dan, there's a bunch of 70-year-old Christian women who would buy your farts. Oh. You could sell them in a bottle that's got a little sound chip in it, so when they crack the top, it sings like Amazing Grace. Oh, see, I'm an idea man, Dan. I'm making you money right now. It's right there on the table. I like money. I don't care.
Uh, if you can watch 2 minute clip called Victor Newman, I'll give you the idea of why he does what he does, and in fact, is fantastic acting. A 2 minute clip, my friend, on FNT is an eternity. But I'll take a look at it. I can't today though. Skyrim Shrimp. Thank you though. You guys got to chat about the best TV villain, and I have to say it's Eric Braeden. Otherwise, known as Victor Newman on Young and the Restless. His businessman who runs it like the mob. See, this is now I'm going to be super gay. I know all about Victor Newman. I watch Young and the Restless all the fucking time back in the day. The fact that he's I think he's still on the show is insane. But Victor Newman, not Gary Newman, Victor Newman, Young and the Restless. Back in my teenage years, getting fucking lit and watching soap operas. So this is not a masturbating session with drunk 3PO. I got the tickler for nothing. No, it's not. The world is burning. Let's masturbate. I remember taking my friend to Marley and Me, which my friend's dog died that day. Ryan, the squash my Walkman scene is powerful because that is all he had to remember her by. Yeah. But so Ryan thought the you squashed the Walkman thing was cringe in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. But you gotta have sympathy for Ryan for not having any. He was born without sympathy and empathy. It's not his fault. Derek P.G. Beller says, Gary, who's saying it? Art as expression, not as a market campaigns, will still capture our imaginations. I should know this, and I don't. I'm going to cheat. Oh, the chat will tell me. Brain not firing on all cylinders this morning. Sympathy is for the weak. Happy to dumb Eve, says Southeastern Kaiju. Yeah, great. We got great news from Netflix's To Dumb that One Piece doesn't come out till next year. 3 years between seasons. So much for One Piece live action. Who else is looking forward to Elliot Page as Hercules in the Odyssey movie? Greatest casting ever. I'm hoping she'll be the Cyclops. And Snex457, hey Disbrew, so you want to sew? Let's go. Snip, 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 snip. Thanks a lot for getting me hooked on Clang Phonics. I don't even know what that means. I saw the announcement for the animated Predator show, Paul, and it comes out today or tomorrow. I was kind of shocked I saw the trailer yesterday and it said June 5th or 6th. I'm like, of this year? Really? The Alien show comes out but from Noah Hawley in August. I'm mildly curious about it. There is no Elliot Page. There is no Elliot Page. Oh, whoops. I forgot to read it. I'm going to have to read it on FNT. I forgot to read the ad. Oh, well. Sorry. We're done. We can just chit-chat. Let me go to the starred stuff here. Do people like Ozymandias? Moore never commented on that. No, he didn't. Do people like him? I don't know. People not like Rorschach. No, not that I remember. Good character though. Thank you for becoming a member, and you gifted you paid it forward. Thank you, David Smart's a new member. Member for a month, we got Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. At this point, George R. R. Martin being a guest on FNT is more likely than George R. R. Martin finishing The Winds of Winter. Yeah. But considering he wouldn't shake my hand, I think that's pretty far off too. Warben55 gifted a Nerdrotic Live membership. Thank you. And so did Long and Distinguished. Oh, I saw Ryan talking about this. You're a wiener dog with a top hat. I appreciate that. Dr. Schlurpo, who's been a member for 8 months, says, you said vote local. While my wife was in the room, she gave me a ton of shit for not voting. Okay, Gary. Said I should, so I will. Oh, I'm sure she'd love to hear that. Vote local, man. Jay's too high to agree with? He's tall. I don't think he's high, though. Osmandius is an evil asshole. Moore thinks Rorschach is. Yes. Well, it's a little late to vote. Well, there's more elections coming, especially that midterm, which I don't think is going to go well. Things don't turn around. Would I, as the White Tiger? No, as the Black Panther. I would approve Ryan as the casting of the Black Panther. Matthew Hammond. Why can shows no longer be turned around in 6 to 9 months? 20 through 24 episodes a year was the norm. Now 18 to 13 episodes cannot be on TV within a year. Sometimes it's taking 3. Too much bloat. But they're going to have to see, this is the problem Hollywood faces. They have to do something that corporate America doesn't do, like, ever. They have to contract and reestablish previous revenue streams after breaking them. And it's not going to be possible because what they're going to want is the same revenues they had before, but they're never going to have that because they broke their model. Understand? People are going to, like, 2019 was the last year people went to the theater regularly. And now we're a half a decade since then. You don't break your model twice in a half a decade and expect to recover from that. They went all in on streaming. And this should remind everybody that as much as these people make a lot of fucking money to make a lot of huge decisions that affect you, people in your retirement accounts, and they're dumb as fuck. Like, nobody did their homework on this. They just thought, you know what? Even though it's COVID, streaming's going to be like this forever. And now, Disney Plus is going to get rolled into Hulu. And what did everybody fucking say 4 years ago? There'll be 4 big streamers left, and Sony was the smart one to stay out of it. And that's what Warner Brothers will probably get bought eventually. Universal is doing all right, but I mean, they can get rid of Peacock tomorrow, and they probably should, and they'll be fine. They didn't invest as much as Disney invested into Disney Plus. Yeah, bye-bye Disney Plus. Fuck Disney Plus. I went to see the new Final Destination, and there was 4 people in the theater. Says Dan. Life was better when Netflix, Hulu had DVDs. I still have a couple of them that we never sent back. What's up, Portugal? Your neighbor country was burning the other day. Tubi will be around forever. Fox got them. They took all that money that Disney gave them, and they created Tubi, and it's going to crush them. Sophie should be president of Peru. Chronicle Mayhem. Yeah, Peacock has wrestling right now. I watched. I went back and watched WrestleMania 1 and 2 on Peacock. That was pretty cool. Takes me back. But what's like the only original show I watch on Peacock is Twisted Metal, and that took 2 years to come out. I think it's coming out this year. I should not be president, Jagger. I would accidentally press the button thinking it's like, where's the coffee button? And I'd hit the button and the world would end. I like Twisted Metal. Peacock wrestling, yeah. Actually, yeah, that's what we're talking about. It wasn't WWF. We were talking about actual Peacocks wrestling. It's fascinating. Originated in Tijuana, Mexico. Peacock wrestling. Who wants to see Peacock? A lot of Mexicans want to see Peacocks wrestling. Just kidding. And fucking Dan Vasque. Yeah, Dan Vasque country. Yeah, same thing. Anything south of San Diego is Dan Vasque country. It's just all cartels, corruption, dictators running from packs of starving dogs, bathing and going in the bathroom in the same pond. Sorry, Sophie. I mean Peru too. Although what I saw of Peru was a lot cleaner than Mexico. So. Yeah, it's so bad. Pedro Pascal left. What kind of country calls an animal peacock? I don't fucking know. It probably comes from the UK, to be honest with you. It was probably some British colonizer who saw it for the first time and goes, "That's a peacock." Yeah, I don't know where the name comes from. What's it called in Spanish? In Espanol. El cacopi. Brendan Lucas, thank you for becoming a new member. Cheers. Menyamia, royal turkey. It's called Dan Vasque. Oh, see, that's what you get, Dan, for coming in this chat. That's what you get. Pavo Real. It's a royal turkey. Like a royal turkey is actually a better name. Fucking, we have, what's up, Father Christopher Miller? We have, I guess they're everywhere, but we didn't have them in California that I saw. These giant turkey vultures. These things are huge, dude. And they've been busy. We had some flooding around our house, and they've been eating good. All the drowned deer. I wonder how it tastes. It'll probably taste better than, dog, Dan. Your regular meal. You can get the El Gato on a stick. In Peru, they have fucking guinea pigs on a stick. Of course, the Asian liked it. Of course, the Asian liked it. Let's see. Thank you, Brendan Lucas. Look at that, paying it forward. Did you guys see the new picture of the female Silver Surfer? Oof. It looks so bad.
It looks so bad. It is Nightmare. Yeah, that looks so bad. Yeah, that's why they're out there. You know what? Remember when Wakanda Forever? They stopped doing it for a while, but you can go back and look. It's all out there. Remember the pre-sales for the Eternals were record-breaking. The pre-sales for Wakanda Forever were record-breaking. PS1 CGI easily. Thor: Love and Thunder, the pre-sales were record-breaking. And hey, to their credit, Wakanda Forever and Thor: Love and Thunder they did well at the box office. They made about 700 million both. That's still good. The movies were fucking terrible. Now, I think Superman does better. I could be wrong, but I think Superman does better. Right. I want the Schumacher cut, chat. I do. There's no reason why Warner Brothers shouldn't put it out. They would just make money. Just print the damn thing, put it out in 4K, put it on fucking HBO Max. The Thunderbelts. The Thunderbelts. I'm going to see if there's anything else I need to talk about here. I hate Batman Forever. I was wearing my Batman Forever shirt yesterday. I got my late checkout, so I'm good. California has the California Condor. It's huge, but I've only seen one like in pictures. I've never actually seen one. I remember the first time I saw a bald eagle in the wild, because you guys don't remember. They were almost extinct. And then one day I'm like rowing around in California too. Where the hell was I? Kernville. Yeah, you know what? It was the day JFK Jr. died. I'll never forget that. So I'm rowing around in a lake of Kerrville, and there's a fucking bald eagle flies over. I'm like, holy shit. Never seen one in the wild before. I was back in the 90s. Batman and Robin is the worst. Batman and Robin. Seeing the bald eagle, that was cool. Yep, the day RFK Jr. died. Or the night, the evening. Am I hyped for Alien Earth? I'm mildly curious. But Noah Hawley has made good stuff before. So we'll see. Did I say RFK? It's JFK Jr. Did I say RFK Jr.? No, he's still alive. JFK Jr. Sorry, RFK Jr. It's a lot of fucking K's to remember. Too many K's. Too many FKs. FKMs. I hope it isn't an alien girl boss. Thoughts on Garth Ennis Crossed? I was not a big fan of his torture porn shit. A lot of people liked it though. It sold really well in my store. Not my favorite from Garth Ennis though. Too many dead Kennedys. That's right. Did Hillary have something to do with JFK Jr.'s death? She was running against him for some New York Senate. I think there's a pretty good breakdown of what a terrible pilot he was out there. But you never let a good opportunity go to waste. So maybe some people knew he was a terrible fucking pilot, and it's just like, let him go out and fly. He'll just kind of take care of things for us. Torture porn does sell well. It does. It does. All right, we're going to wrap things up. Thanks all for hanging out, everybody, and putting up with the shitty fucking audio. Boomer stream, and we'll be back with a mic tomorrow from Wisconsin. Friday Night Tights with Wisconsin, and I'll keep an eye out for the video. No news on it yet, but hopefully we hear something soon. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you to the Nerdrotics. Thanks to everyone who left a super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on. See you tomorrow, Melissa, or I'll call you later if you're out there in the chat. Dan, you're gay. And yeah, look out for the Hodge twins, and then I'll be on Say Hi to Eli. We recorded that a week ago, so keep an eye out for that. And book news tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. Cheers.